Hello artists and crafters. Today I thought I would make some Christmas cards. I haven't done it in a while, but I do enjoy making them for the holiday, for family members. So to begin, you'll need, since we're working in watercolors, 2 glasses of water, one for cool colors and one for warm colors. It never works out. One stays clean, the other one I always keep using. You'll need some brushes. I have 2 rounds at 6. This one is more for a wash. Then I have this, which was probably a number 4. It's not marked or it rubbed off. And this is a 000 very fine point paintbrush. You will also need some paint. Got these little stickers on me. Put those aside. I will be using this. It's a nice set. I don't use brushes with these types of sets. These are great for kids. They're just nice all together. This has got a variety of colors. You can mix them right over here if you want to mix 2 different colors together, or or the shade you need. So I'm going to be using this one today, and I bought this at Five Below, and I got it for $5. Not bad. There are also, paint sets like this. If that's all you have, that's fine to use. You can still mix up the colors. Just mix them here. The brush isn't the best, but if that's all you have, you can, use that, I guess. I also have like my traveling set, and that's real nice because I can mix the paints up in this, and there's all your colors. As you can see, I use more colors, certain colors, and then other ones are just still perfect. You can also get tubes of paint. Now this one I've used. I really like it. It has a beautiful selection of colors. And it's great quality. And I bought that a while ago, and it is still, wonderful. And the tubes, they did not dry out or anything. They're still good. And this one I had bought at Five Below for $5 just to see what it was like, and I never used it. So this is a good option too, especially for the beginner. I bought the other set, I believe, back in college, and I mostly do acrylic paints, so I'm trying to get back into the watercolors, and this is a nice set. It really is good to start with, and it's got some great colors in here. So I'm going to use this one today. It's good. It's what I need it for. Also, if you have more than one, say if you have tubes and this, and you need another color, get it from the tube, put it over here, have it, ready for you. You'll need a napkin to blot your brushes. Oh, you could also use one of these little palettes to mix up your colors if you have any of these. I think you can get a package of 2 or 3 at Dollar Tree for $1. Perfect. They also have larger ones that you can get for $1, so that's also very nice. And I believe it has like the little thumb holder, so if you want to stick your thumb in and mix colors and paint. Now, for for the cards, I bought a 10-pack. It's cardstock. It's just blank sheets. Now this would be nice for a colored pencil, you know, maybe ink drawings, pencil drawings. If you want to have your kids do some holiday cards for your family, crayons, markers, this is fine for that. But since we're doing watercolor, watercolor is not good for this. So what I did was I cut up some pieces of watercolor paper, and I'll just do the painting on here and then just adhere it to the front of the card. Now another option is you can just put these cards aside and cut watercolor into this size and just fold it over and then just paint on the front and then use the existing envelopes. So that's another option. Just need a little board, or this is just a piece of cardboard that I'm going to use to paint on. You need some sort of tape to tape it down. I'm using washi tape. And again, you can get this for $1, and the adhesive on here is not real strong, so it won't tear up your watercolor paper. Let me see if I missed anything. Oh, a heat gun or a hair dryer so that you can dry it in between layers. You need something like that. A pencil, an eraser, a kneaded eraser. They look like, let me see if I got one on hand that I didn't open. I can't find one, but it's like a little square, and it's a kneaded eraser, and you can make it into a point to pick out little parts of your pencil drawing, or if you want to just get rid of the whole thing, you just, and it doesn't damage the paper. These type of erasers also do not damage the paper. I mean, if you keep erasing on it a lot, it probably would, but it's generally pretty good for the watercolor paper too. You might need either some kind of fine marker. This is just a gel marker, or you can get a fine tip like this. These are watercolor like brush markers. So with these, it's got the fine tip. You could write with it, you could paint with it, and then just take your watercolor and then, you know, spread it. It's really nice. Nice to have around, a little extra. And these also, Five Below, $5. Love that store. All right, let me think. Have a sharpener on hand, and if you want to write any greetings on it, you can either use a stamp and stamp it on that says Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I don't have the stamp. I ordered one and it didn't come in yet, so I have these little stencils, and I will use the little stencils for it. Trying to figure out if I missed anything. I keep, you know, thinking I missed something. Oh. As I'm looking around the room, I'm trying to see if I forgot anything, but I don't believe I did. So let's get started. Okay, so what should we begin with? I'm purely making this up as we go along. I want some nice Christmas cards. Let's see. Let's take some green. Some darker green. bit of brown to get a nice shade. I hope you can see this. Let me see. I have to check my camera. Yep. Okay. Alright. Bit of this. I do believe this is a little bit of olive green. We'll get that in there. Ooh, that made a nice color. I like that. Okay. So we'll just clean that off, set that aside. Oh, still green in there. Okay. And then I'm going to use, this is a 000, very thin, fine brush. I'm just going to put in a little water. And if you think you have too much water on your brush or pigment, you can always just tap it on your paper towel, and then you can start painting. So I think I'm going to do some holly, well, kind of holly leaves. We'll just improvise. Also, when you're doing this, you have to have periods of time so it can dry. What you can do is use a hair dryer or have a heat gun, and then just dry it periodically in between each step you're doing. Okay, I like that. So I think I want to do another one along this side. You can always go over it if it looks a little light, and then later on you can darken it up. Okay. Now, as for the leaves, I was just going to do just an easy type of leaf. Get a little water. And let's see. Start off, press down, and bring it back up. Oop, that tape was in the way. If the tape does get in the way, you can just move it over to another corner. And then you can always just fix that. I don't think my brush is cooperating with me today, but it's okay. Okay, be careful not to stick your hand in it, because every so often I do that. At that point you could take your, oops, it'd be nice if it was plugged in. You could take your either hair dryer or your hot gun and just dry it up really quick. Again, you have to move your tape. And I think we need a little bit darker pigment in there. So we'll use more green, a little bit of brown. Just darken this up a bit. And if you think you have too much, you can just take a little off. I'm just going to break off a little piece just for dabbing. You can also do that if you have a little bit too much on the edge, or if it's just something you don't like. Off your brush. Okay, now we're going to get a little bit of brown and some black. Make a nice dark brown. And we're going to use the brown and just make little, looks like little twigs coming off here and there. You can do one, you could do 3, on your brush. Just wanted to dry it a little bit. And now I will use, let's see, same little brush again, but we'll use the larger brush to mix up our color. So we're going to do a red, and this is, it's like a reddish brown, and I really think it makes the berries that I'm going to do look really nice. It just gives them a more natural color than just a vibrant red. So just do a little circle. Leave like a little white space on there for highlight. Perfectly okay to paint off the page. Now if you do purchase the watercolor cards instead of just the cardstock like I got, you can paint right on them. And if you do, you can just use the washi tape to make a nice little border around the edges if you'd like. And that would look really nice. Okay, and then we will come in with a little bit of a darker color on the berries. And you can have berries overlap. dried just a little bit. Make that red just a little bit darker. Oops. Just add some shadow. You already have your little white highlights. And just clean your brush. And then I'll be right back and I'll show you the next step. Alright, so now we can add some little bit of highlights. I need to add some water to this. A little more green. I took a little break, so everything dried up. Okay. So we'll add just a few touches of highlights. To make it just a slight touch darker. Oops. Do your best to keep the highlights in. I know some of them aren't there anymore, but that's fine. So when you make the veins for the leaves, you know, they're ever so slight. Don't have to be really dark. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm also going to darken up the berries just a little bit. And I'm just going to use the let's see, I think I'll add just a little touch of black to it. And I'm just doing a little bit of a darker shade on there, just on the edge. Okay, there we go. And just clean your brush. Make sure this one's clean. Okay, so next we're going to need something in the center that says either Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. You can use a stencil. You can use a stamp that says Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays. Things that say joy, merry and bright. You can use any of those stamps and just stamp it in the center, or you can use your own handwriting if you're very skilled and have very, polished and very neat looking handwriting. You can just write it. I'm not going to write it. I'm going to use my stencil. So first I'm just going to draw a light line where I would like the words to be. And then I'll just start drawing out each letter. Okay. Okay, there's happy. And let's see. Okay, so the D is a little off, and I don't like the placement of the I, so we're just going to move those up a bit. Actually, I'll use this eraser. I'm sorry for the noise in the background. Well, that's 3 cockatoos. Different ones making noises. And they're doing that because I'm not in the room with them. Okay, that was a little too high. Don't know where I was going with that A. Let me see. Okay. Hopefully this one's better. Okay, need a Y. Now, unfortunately, the Y will go over just a touch over one of the leaves, but that's okay. And there you go. Happy holidays. Now, if you did, you know, I know people like it more centered, you know, happy here, and then the holidays right underneath, or, you know, if you have a stamp, it'll go all the way across. It all depends on how you did your little painting. Mine did more of a curve, so it left me with a smaller area. Now, if I hand wrote it, it'd probably look excellent, but I did not. I wanted to use my stencil, and I seem to be missing something. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is a watercolor pencil, or, oh, sorry, watercolor marker. And I'm going to use that to fill this in. I'm just going to lift off, just touch it a little bit to lift off some of the pencil, so there's not so much pencil there. And I'm just going to go over. And these are nice to have because they go to a really nice point. And with the A and some of the other letters, there's gaps. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to fill in my markings from the stencil, and then I'm going to connect it. And I'm just going to do this letter by letter, and then I'll come back and show you when I'm done. And I'll be right back. Okay, and there you have it. Isn't that pretty? I just love it. I think it's gorgeous. I do like making hand painted items for family members and cards and paintings, and I like making my jewelry for family members. I just pretty much like doing anything in art. So the final thing is, after you have it all done and you have your happy holidays written out, sign the bottom. Put your name on there. Let everybody know you made it. So I'm going to do it right here. Now, if you want, you can put the year that you've done it, or you can just have your name on it, and that's it. So I think I'm going to put move this out of the way, and I'm just going to put a 21 for the year that I made it, because next year I'm probably going to make more. So, okay. So this is the first card. Now we'll start on the second one. All right, on this card I'm thinking of doing some little holiday trees or pine trees, you know, in the evening. Let's see. Okay, so I just put a piece of paper on my board, and I'm just getting a couple pieces of the washi tape, and I'm just taping the edges slightly. I don't want to go too far over. Actually, I want to go down farther here, just to hold it in place. And that's it. Because I'm going to start working on top, and I don't want the tape to leave a white space there. So, all right. So to begin, I'm going to use the number 6. This is like a wash type of brush. Oh, I did forget something to do here. Use your little spray bottle, spray up your colors. So you can spray the ones that you're mostly going to be using. Spray them up good. I see some got mixed by accident, but that's okay. I think something's wrong with my spray bottle. It's not spraying properly. All right, so we're going to start. Oh, you know, I forgot my plate. Where's my plate? Huh, where did that go? Oh, there it is. All right, need something to mix these colors. I'm going to use my number 6 brush. It's the one that you can use for washes, and I'm just going to wet this a little on the way down. So we'll start with a darker blue. Can add some black. We want it to look like it's, you know, nighttime. We'll just slowly go across the top. And then you can lift it and then just add some water across so it bleeds down into the paper. And you can always use a Kleenex or napkin to dab some of those edges. Might make this a little bit darker. I don't want to work the paper too much because then it'll start breaking it up a little bit, and I don't want that to happen. Needs a little more color in here too. Go farther. It's okay to go all the way down if you'd like. And then you can dab out a little bit. So you can have the hints of a little bit of blue. And I believe this little guy here is going to be in the way, so I'm going to have to move it now. Just fill it in. Same with this one. Just move it for now, just to fill it in. Alright, and then use your heat gun. It'd be nice if I plugged it in. I always forget to plug it in. I unplug it, and I don't plug it back in. Now, since it wasn't taped down, it curled up, but I'll show you afterwards how to fix that. Actually, we should fix it now because I have to paint on a flatter surface. What you could do is take your spray bottle, spray just a couple sprays on the back, take your hot gun, and it should flatten it out a bit. I did miss this area here. I did not spray it, so. Okay, and that does not hurt the front. So, all right, so next we'll mix up some green. That's kind of a bright green. So I'm going to put a little bit of like an olive green into it to tone it down a little bit. And you could also add a touch of brown to tone it down. Okay, I think that's a good shade of green to begin with. So using your 000, just add some water to it. And then we'll just start making the tree. Just kind of doing upward sweeps, because when the pine trees grow, they go upward, and then the boughs on the bottom go down. So you can just do that. So you're going to go from the inside to the outside. Just, you know, little lines. It'll get a little messy inside, but that's okay. You can press a little harder on the inside, but have it go to the little points at the end. Okay. And you can have bits of white in between. That just shows that you can see through the tree. Okay. That's one. And then we'll do a larger one. Let's dry that first before we start the larger one. I have a habit of sticking my hand in it all the time, especially if I'm going from right to left. I want to have a cup of coffee. Let me have a little sip of it. Okay. All right. Let's do the larger tree. So we shall start up here. All right. Maybe about, I'm trying to think where would be a good spot to start. Right here. So I made a mistake there, definitely, which I can fix, I believe. I hope I can fix it. So I'll just make a taller tree. And you want that space in between, because we'll make this a starry night. Just cover this up. Now you can make straight, you can make curved lines, all up to you. This got a little messed up, but we'll fix that. We'll come back in and use a darker green, and that should cover that up. I'm getting these tall, thin trees, and I'd really like them to be a little bit more fuller at the bottom. Do little lines that work their way out. Okay. Clean off your brush, and then we'll mix up a darker green. So we can do a second layer on there. And then you're just going to go over some of them, make new ones, but you need a little bit darker. Now don't forget, there's also, instead of the branches just going out, there's also branches coming towards you, so you can just suggest that there's a branch by just putting a little bit in the center. And then we'll do the same for this one. If you think you got too much paint on, you could always just dab it with a paper towel, especially like in this area where I thought I did, but it looks fine. Now, I didn't dry this one before I started this one because it was pretty well dry already. I'm still trying to avoid it. Now, if you don't have a real fine brush like this, you can use your number 6. It has a really nice point to it, so you can just be real careful when you're doing it, and you can do the same. Or whatever brush you have, as long as it goes to a point and you just paint real delicately, you can get that nice fine line. If you want, you can just get in some extra little branches in there, just here and there. And then the center of the tree obviously is going to be, you know, darker because it's the main part of the tree. There will be some areas shining through, you know, so do your best. Fill some of that in. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know. This one too, just a little bit in the center. And then that just shows branches coming your way. Okay. All right, next we'll dry this. Oops, I see a little bit of water on there. Now you can do decorations on your tree. Just do like little balls, or you could use yellow for like little lights, or you can use metallic markers, gold or silver, and just do little dabs on there to show that there's ornaments. I am not doing that. I think I want the snow to look like it's falling, so just trying to be careful with that. What I'm going to do is the white paint, if you water it down to make the snowflakes, it kind of soaks into the paper. So I need something a little heavier. So I'm going to use, you can use ink, white ink. I'm going to use gesso. I just have this bottle of gesso. And if I can open it, oh my gosh. Oh, there we go. All right, I'm just going to do a little dab of it in there. A couple drops. And then with my number 6 round, I'm just going to add some water. Get it nice and liquidy. Doesn't take a lot. And then, not too much. You just tap it. Should put a napkin down or paper towel. It's tapping all over the place. So just to get that snow effect. Or it could be stars in the sky. Got a little bit too much here. I did a double. Yeah. Okay. I'm all right. Don't worry about me. There we go. Okay. Clean that off. Now, I would like a, let's dry this first before I start the next step. I do believe we could use a little bit more. Let's see. Okay. Let's see, up in this direction. Oh, yep. See, now I'm getting too much. There. And then this one, I want to dab up because that one seems a little large. Yeah. Just, there we go. Okay. Just dry it up. Okay. Oh, that looks great. So now I'm going to do like a little North Star. I've got speckles everywhere. Okay, so just take a little bit of the gesso and I think right about here. Just make a bigger dot, and then just do a line this way and a line this way. This a little bit smaller on the sides. Here we go. And I left my brush in here, which you should never do. You should always just clean it off right away and set it aside. And we'll dry the star. Oops. I got too close and it kind of messed up my star a bit. Now it's drying kind of light on the little edges of the star, so we'll go back in. And then just repaint them. There we go. Okay. And then we can, actually, I don't like the way that one little one looks right here. It looks too thick. I'm just gonna dab it out a bit. Some more paint. Just still not happy with it. Don't know what's going on with this one. Okay, just dab that out. Let me dry it a little bit and then we'll add it in. That one seemed a little thick too, so let's see if we can fix that one too. Just put a little water on it. You can erase some of it. The water, and just dab it out. Okay. And I think I made a mess of it. Okay. Some more of the white. Let's see which one. This one. Okay, so let's see, that did not work out. Should be a little bit higher, and this one needs to be a little bit longer too. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this would make a really nice winter scene for your Christmas card, and I will show you really quick what it would look like. This one's a little darker, and this one I used the why can't I think today? Stencil to do the Merry Christmas. And on this one, you can either write across Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. If you have a stamp, stamp it. This is number 2. This is card number 2. So I showed you how to use the stencils in the first one. So, okay, card number 3. Got tape everywhere. Oh my gosh. Let me see. Just use a little piece up here and a little piece on the bottom. All right, so I believe on this one I'm just going to use my pencil, and I'm going to sketch out a bow. Nice big bow. Okay, do not like that one. Let me just fix this. See how nice that erases? All right. Do a shorter one on that side. All right. Then next, I'm going to plan out a little bit of a mistletoe. So we'll have maybe 4 pieces sticking out. 2, 3, and 4. And we can do little lines. If you want, and the lines are a little dark, you can just dab them with your kneaded eraser and it will lighten them up. I'm not sure I like this either. Make them more like that maybe. Put that aside. Alright, so we will make, let's see, let's make some leaves. So we can use the existing green we have, and then just add to it. Oops. I want to get green paint on my brown. Easy to clean up. Alright, a little bit of this color. Okay. Alright, so let's see. We can, okay, first we'll just like that, and then oops. Well, yeah, actually we can just make that into a leaf. I wasn't expecting to do that. My hand, when you make straight lines, keep your wrist like not tight but straight, and use your whole arm to do the line. And that one I kind of got caught on the board. If you have some other board to work on, I suggest using that. This is just what I had at the moment. So we'll just make that into a leaf. Let's see. That was not so good. All right. If for whatever reason you don't like it, or you want to add just a little more darker color to it, you can just go back in and fix it. Okay. Just do your little lines. There might be some here and there that you're going to use for some berries. Leaves. You can leave the white in there for highlight. I kind of went over one of them by accident, but that's okay. And obviously you can see that I'm using my water wrong, but that's fine. All right, so for the berries, I have this like reddish brown, and it looks like nice deep berry color. And I'll add just a touch of black to it. There we go. And just see where you'd like your berries, and leave a little highlighted area, a little bit of white. This one's kind of hidden. Didn't leave any white there, but that's okay. Let's see, right here could use one. And here. Maybe another one here. Do one up here. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. I pushed down too hard on the brush, and that's why I did that. Maybe one here. Do it however you like it as far as putting the little berries in. You put in as many as you want. I think one more here. That should kind of fill it in pretty well. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is get a little bit more. A little bit more black. Oh, a little bit too much. More brown. Maybe a hint of red. A hint. Just to redden it up. Okay, so this will be just to darken the berries up a little bit. And we create like a little bit of a shadow since you already have your highlight. And this one's underneath, so just make this one a darker berry. Same here. Okay, so now where those berries are kind of just hanging there willy-nilly, you can go back in and just create, you don't have to do a long line, but just so that it shows that the berries are connected to something. And this one I'll just do this way. There. Nope, that one's still a little wet. I guess that's okay if it bleeds in a little bit, but just tap it out with a Kleenex. And then for the bow, let's make this just a really pretty bright bow. I might have to tone the red down a little bit because that is a bit bright. And to tone it down, I'm just going to use just a hint of brown. And it's still quite bright. Touch of black maybe? I don't want it too dark. Oh, that's a nice shade. I'm gonna add maybe a little bit more red. There we go. Alright. So then for the bow, just follow what you drew. Okay, so this will be red also, but what you can do with that is take some of that berry color and use that inside as the shadow. And then you can also use some here. Let me do the shadow first. Let's see how this goes. Okay, a little bit there. Actually, there we go. Get some more red. Put some red over that. In the center. I suggest drying this first. I probably shouldn't have gone in with the shade yet, but just go over this again, just to darken it up. Same here. Oops. Just want to darken it up. And we also want to do the ribbons in the back, but they're behind, so we just want a little bit darker red because they're behind and there's going to be a shadow. So let me see how we're going to do this. Okay, so it's coming from underneath. Okay, you can leave like a line around the berry so that the color doesn't mix in. Okay. You can also use this color to do your shadows again with in the upper part of the bow. Okay, let's dry this because I don't want it to start bleeding into the other colors. Sometimes when it's wet, it looks totally different than when it's dry and you think, oh, that looks pretty good, but okay. And then we'll get this side. Just want a little bit of a line there around the berry, close to the leaf. Have to go. Oops. Trying my best not to mess up the berries or the leaves, but that does look good, so we'll just leave it at that. And then you need a little bit of a shadow because it's behind, so you gotta just darken it up a bit in this area. And darken this if you'd like. Darken this. Do this whole area. And where the bow is tied, it has like little creases, so just make sure you get those little creases in there. And then you can go back in with the red and kind of just add to it a little bit. Okay, and there you go. And with this one, you can put a little message underneath or across. You can do a border around the edge if you'd like, in ink, or you know, using one of these, you know, watercolor markers. Don't forget to sign your name. You have to sign your name. I didn't sign it on the other one, so I have to do that too. So I'm just signing it with my first name and then doing a 21, so I know I did it this year. And here is another card. This is number 3. I did this one. But you can also outline your berries and your leaves if you'd like. You can also do the veins in the leaves if you'd like. Whatever you decide. So now we have number 3 done. So next is going to be number 4. And now with the border, if you want to draw a border on there, on this one, I just did freehand. This is homemade, you know, handcrafted. You don't have to have it perfect. Your family will love it. Your friends will love it. They know you took the time out to make these. So, you know, personalize it, you know? Just, this is a great way to just show everybody that you care for the holidays and all the time, because how often does somebody get a personalized card? So when you send it out, since they're blank, you can write whatever message you want. You can write how everybody in your family is doing, and you know, how you're going to welcome the new year. You can do whatever you want. You can send your family blessings. Just really enjoy what you're doing as you make these, and you're showing your family and your friends the love that you have to give. So on to the next one. I'm probably talking too much, but on to the next one, number 4. Okay, number 4. I want to show you these really quick. These are watercolor brush pens. I kept saying markers, I'm sorry. I bought these at Five Below, and again for $5. They don't have all the colors in here. I have green and red. That's what I'm using for the holiday cards. There's no browns or blacks. I think you have to buy another set. And then it comes with to spread the, and this is great for travel, to spread the paint around. You just fill this with water, and then you have a brush. And those are really nice, especially for travel. They're great to have for travel. So that's the set I was talking about when I kept saying that and showing you this one. Okay, so the next card, I believe we should do some kind of holiday ornament, maybe. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll leave a space down here, and we'll do like an ornament up here. So we'll just draw a circle. You know, actually, I'm not gonna draw the circle. I'm gonna trace it from something I have. This is just a lid from one of my little flower containers. So you're not going to draw the little lip there, but just draw the circle all the way around. Where that lip is, you can just move it over to the side and then just trace again. So you have a perfect circle. Then, let me see. You need one of those little caps on top, which is usually, you know, scalloped on the bottom, and a little line that shows like that there's a hook or it's hanging from a string. Or, you know what? You don't even have to do that. You could do a little loop. Little loop. There. Also, we'll just show some, might go through the loop, but that's okay. Just a few branches from your tree. You can have it going any way you want behind it. And we'll do some little, I believe I want to do some little like holly type leaves. Like so. And then some, you know, little berry or two. Now since I'm drawing it small like that, you know, you have to fill it up. So you can draw them larger if you'd like that. You can also use this type of leaf on this last one that we did. Instead of just doing leaves like this, you can just do little holly leaves. Let's see, this little one, we'll get rid of him. There we go. You can have them coming off the side, so it would be like going over the circle. So you could have just like a piece here. And you don't always have to do 2 berries. You can do 1, 2. I did not like what I just did, so just erase it. Doesn't hurt. There. Or you can, yeah, that's fine. So just keep drawing them out. You can freehand it if you want to with the paint. That's perfectly fine. I have a couple off to the side. Just do a couple berries here and there too. You don't have to fill in the whole thing with these. Okay. Some of my lines are kind of dark. And once you paint it, you can't erase them, so just lighten them up how you want them. So for this, I would like a light, I would say like a tannish color. So I'll do a little brown. Little white. I'm going to do a touch of yellow to make it more golden. I have to change my waters pretty soon. So I just want it light, so when it dries it will be light. So just paint around. All that you drew. Oops, I went over one by accident. That's okay. So when this dries, it'll be light. and going to put green over it, so it should be fine. Okay. You have some nice gold tones in this. Some darker areas, some lighter areas. All right. So next, let's see, I'm not sure what we're going to do with that. Usually that's like a silver or a gold. So might be able to do that. A little gray, a little white. And then just fill that in. I'm so sorry. my camera shut off. Okay, so we painted this and we painted the leaves. Did the little berries. You could do, see a little couple leaves here just to just so you have something there. Here. So it doesn't look like it's just nothing coming off the edges. You need a little something coming off the edges because the ball, it's a round ball, so you do partial berry here, partial berry here. I wish it didn't cut off, but and then you can take a little bit of this, it's like, oh, this is a brownish red. This is fine though. And then you can just go around the edges. Just be careful when you're doing it. I can't believe my camera cut off. I don't know, it's acting up lately. Something's going on with it. So I'll probably have to get another one. But for now, I said so much and it all cut off, so I apologize. There. You don't have to do that. You could just leave it that golden color if you want. Okay, so what I was doing when I cut off was I was actually mixing up a green, I'm gonna make like a darker green to make the branches of the tree. Okay, that should be good. And we'll just use the thinner brush. Maybe the thicker brush. Number 6. And draw on your lines. You can actually draw it right through there and then up this way. Okay, you won't believe this, but for a second time, I didn't even get started. My camera cut off. So, and that one, I explained how to do this and mix up the green. Kind of frustrated now, but we'll finish it up. So I mixed up the green. It was olive green, just a regular evergreen, and a brown and a touch of black. It's still very light. I'm using my fine brush to paint in the needles. Actually, you know what? You can use your number 6, the one with the point, not the one that I used for washes. Be careful when you're doing it this way so you don't hit the ball with some color. We don't want the color on there. So, and there will be some from coming from behind as well. And I don't know why this did that. That was just probably too much water there. We'll dry it a little bit. A little bit too much water. let's see. Can take a little more bit of black, a little bit of green. Just make it darkened up a little bit, a little olive. And then we can just add some darker branches to it. I don't remember exactly what I said when the camera cut off, but you can do all sorts of cards, religious, non-religious, whatever you prefer, whatever you like, whatever you want to send to your family for their Christmas greetings. You can also make thank you cards, invitations for holiday parties. Just get creative, you know. Let's get creative. Get this out, and whatever you're feeling for the holidays, get it out on paper and get those Christmas songs playing, or just any song really. I listen to some jazz or pop or whatever I'm in the mood for, and it just gets me motivated to draw or paint and just get something out there and let your family enjoy your artistic abilities. We can do another one right here. Let them see how you shine with your artwork. Gotta be really careful when you get to the edge there. You don't want to paint over into your decoration. There we go. If I'm talking too much, sorry. Just in one of those moods. Okay, now remember, just because your line ends there, there are still needles, you know, coming from down in this area. So you would want to paint those too. All right, there is your holiday ornament. Now I left this space here. You can put happy holidays or whatever you would like. I made another one here. This one's okay. But yeah, I mean, you're going to be, you can practice a few times before you actually do the actual one. I think this one's way better than this one, but you know, this is nice too. So this is number 4, and I will sign it. I'm just going to sign it down here by the ball. Christmas ornament. There, Laurel, 21. All right, so that is number 4. And if my camera is willing, we will get to number 5. All right, before my camera shuts down, I'm going to do a quick and easy one. I'm just going to do a little elf by, you know, Christmas tree. So let me see. Let's get a little hat in there, little fluff. Little fluff around the hat, you need that. I'm going to do a little round face. Oops. My little round face. Kind of made a mistake, so just erase it a little bit. Alright. And we can't see his eyes, so we're just going to do nice big nose. Kind of like the gnomes. Little smiley face. Little pointed ears. There. You need a scarf because it's cold outside. Okay. We'll have it blowing in the cold December wind. Alright. I'm getting into this too much. Alright. Little body. So we'll just do like that. That. Maybe a touch smaller. Like that. And you need, those are his legs. And then his arm is just going to come off from the side, and then you're just going to do like a little mitten. There. And then his legs will be just like that. Oops, and a little shoe. Oop. There. Now you can reshape stuff as you go along, because sometimes they just don't look right. There. All right, so since he's so teeny, I'm just going to use some of this red that I had mixed up. Let me check my camera really quick. Okay, it's still working. Paint in his hat. And paint his little clothes. Now you can't have everything red, so once we're done painting his clothes, we'll put in some green. Now you need a little green in there. Now between his arm and his body, you can leave a little line of white. That's perfectly fine. That will show the definition between his body and his arm. I did a little bit, not on this arm, but that arm's a little lighter, so just paint that in. Okay, and I want him to have a nice rosy pink nose. Just a little bit of that. And then the green, I will just use this bright green, because I like it. And just gonna do little segments in his scarf, because it's going to be green and white. And then a little green for his gloves. let's see. We'll use a little gray. I think I have it over here. A little bit of gray. And we can just kind of outline the little puffs and then keep the center white so that it shows that it's a little white puff. There. And there. And then we need a little bit of like a dark gray. For shoes. And you can also use some of the dark gray to outline his ears, his face, and his smile. Okay. Okay, let me just get a sip of coffee and then we're going to work on the tree. Okay. Should have changed my water, but I didn't. So now it's all kind of, they're both kind of mucked up. I know, it's okay. Okay, I just want to do a darker green. So let's start. We'll just do like just little, not so much like a Charlie Brown tree, but just branches and kind of just like that. And then once, you could draw a straight line if you'd like, or not really straight, but suggesting that there is, you know, the trunk of the tree. You could do that, like that. It's just a little guy by a big old tree. You know, I'm shaking everything doing this. Woo. See everything shaking. The water shaking, camera shaking. Hopefully it's not shaking too much so you can see what I'm doing. And you don't have to go this quick when you're doing them. I'm just doing it at a pace I like. There. So I generally want to go down to approximately where he's standing. He's going to be standing a little bit behind it, so the tree will come down a little bit farther. And then you can have branches going off this way. Do whatever you want to do. Just have fun. Oops, oops, oops. Try not to, you can leave a little gap, you know, where he is. Oh, I stuck my finger in it. Wouldn't you know? Get a few in there. I'm trying to make it more look like, you know, can't even speak today. Trying to make it look more like a Christmas tree rather than a palm tree or palm leaf. That's what it's starting to look like. So you kind of get other ones in there. Let's see. Kind of get them going in other directions if you can. There. Yeah, looking better. Do a little one up here. This way. Get a few in here and there. All right, now we'll need a brown. Just set it right there next to that other one. And just get a little black in there. A little more brown. Get a little brown in there. Just a touch here and there. Oops, that's a big touch. Trunk. And then you want like a little stand that it's on, so you can use the same brown and then just, you know, standing next to his Christmas tree. By all means, if you'd like to decorate it, you could do little red balls. Just get some red. You just do little dabs of red here and there. This is his Christmas tree. I know, talking too much again. There, you can do dabs of yellow. Just put them in the areas where there's, you know, openings in the branches. You can see them better. Here. You can do whatever you want. You can put tinsel on it. Use other colors. We can use a nice blue. I know it's not really Christmassy, is it? But yeah, there's blue lights on. You know. There. So this little guy's tree is all lit up. There we go. All right. This is number 5. And we're still recording, so that's great. All right, so this is number 5. Let's see, you can also, here, I didn't outline his little scarf. So I'm just going to use just a little bit of that gray that we used and then just outline his scarf. Actually, this is the darker one, but that's okay. You can outline his little fluffy gloves there, like so. And there you have it. Number 5. I did this one also. This one's not decorated though. But this is number 5. When this is dry, let me move these things aside. I'll show you what you could do to adhere it to your card. So what you can do is take your card and this, turn it upside down. You can use a glue stick. Nothing wrong with that. There's also spray adhesives too that you can use. Just make sure it's all covered on the back. Okay, on all the edges. And then take that, move this aside. Place it in the center. Now don't forget, you can put your Christmas greeting here. I did forget to sign it, so I'm going to sign it down here. It's 21. That's all you have to do. And then you just put it in an envelope and mail it out. So if you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, press that bell for further notifications. If you would like to see any of my artwork, photography, or any of my jewelry, the links are down below in the description box. I hope you have a wonderful holiday, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.